With different populations, employee arrangements, and legislative requirements, benefit offerings can be very complex for public sector organizations. Therefore, a benefits application needs to be flexible to handle a wide range of requirements.
HCM Cloud Benefits is definitely that application that is extremely flexible. You can have both simplified or complex business offerings. You also have the ability to honor your business rules through the use of eligibility. And for your employees, you have a very simplified and intuitive process for open enrollment. And employees also have the ability to choose their benefits, but also to manage their dependents and beneficiaries and the benefits that apply to them as well. Let's talk a little bit about how benefits is structured within HCM Cloud. I'm just going to bring up these different parts because it's important to know the structure of things, and then we'll go into a demo to show you a bit of the application itself. So off to the left we have structures here, and benefits are structured by programs which have multiple plans types, which also have plans as well, and then different options within those plans. Those different structures are a part of the benefits packages. As well, you have different rules, eligibility profiles, you have enrollment rules, you have rates and coverages, both standard and variable types of rates. And you also have designations, certifications, all of these specific rules that feed into your benefits programs and plans to make up your benefits packages. Let's take a look at some examples related to eligibility. So you can see here in this diagram we have a program for example, city employees. You have the multiple plans under that program and then the options under each plan. So for city employees, when it comes to managing benefits via eligibility, this will illustrate the point of how you can really dial in who receives what and who has visibility to what. So for example, when it comes to unrepresented employees, they may get the basic life insurance. For bargaining unit employees, they may get a supplemental life. So you have two different types of options available to two different populations. So different eligibility, different enrollment based on your eligibility profiles. And also different rates can be applied across all of these different plans and options. So for example, if I am an unrepresented employee, I will only see these specific options. I won't have any of the other options that are available to other employees within the agency.
So I've heard that some customers have very complex benefit plans and eligibility requirements. Can Oracle HCM Cloud Benefits help them with this?
Absolutely. With HCM Cloud Benefits, you can create as many programs and plans that you need for your different populations. And you can also create as many eligibility profiles that you need. Taking those eligibility profiles and assigning them to the plans at the program level, you have the ability to make the combination of offerings that you need for your diverse populations. So let's go ahead and go into the application, and I'll show you a demonstration of HCM Cloud Benefits. So I'm in the system as a benefits administrator. I'm going to go into plan configuration, and we're going to take a look at a number of different things. We're going to first look at eligibility profiles. And eligibility profiles, again, is that tool that can be used to dial in your different populations for different benefits collections, whether it be programs, plans, options, etc. And just a side note, eligibility profiles, not only used for benefits, but it's used across the HCM Cloud applications. So let's take a look at an eligibility profile. I'm going to go in and look at an actual eligibility profile, and you can see the different categorizations you can set up. You can create an eligibility profile that is attached to a benefits program or a plan using these different bits of criteria. For example, personal criteria, employment criteria, derived factors. Let's take a look at each one of these. So for example, under personal, you can choose all of these different options. For example, leave of absence, termination reason, marital status, all these different types of person-based factors and criteria. Let's look at employment. You have assignment status, bargaining unit, assignment category, grade, job, position. So you can really define those collections of people, collections of employees to attach to specific benefits offerings. What about derived factors? We have age, length of service, compensation, full-time equivalent. So you can see that there's a lot of flexibility. And one of the other things is you also have the ability to create a formula that can actually expand off of the delivered criteria that we have here. So you can use FAST formula to actually expand your capabilities when it comes to eligibility. Now we have a bit of an introduction into eligibility profiles. These are going to be the things that are attached to benefits programs and plans. Let's actually take a look at a benefits program. So I have an example of a benefits program here. And you can see we have one thing that is throughout the HCM Cloud application, I just want to make a point of this, is this familiar train stop view. Whenever you're doing open enrollment as an employee, or whenever you have, you're an administrator managing the setup of various workforce structures or benefits, you have this common notion of a train stop view so you can see where you are in your setup process. So right here with this specific benefits program, you have your general information up top that tells you a bit about the program itself. You also have the capability of setting up your calendar years or your availability for this specific program. And then down towards the bottom here, here's a collection of the plans and plan types that are actually attached to this program. Remember, plans and plan types, you have multiples within a program. So here we have medical, and we have the different plans within medical. We also have dental, vision, etc. The complete hierarchy is right here, showing for this specific benefits program. All right, let's look a little bit about eligibility. So we have our eligibility profiles defined. Now we can go in and control a little more about who is going to be available to have the specific benefits program. So you can see at the bottom here we have our eligibility profiles, and we have a number of different eligibility profiles assigned to this benefits program. We have inclusion eligibility profiles, meaning this bunch of people are included in this, or you can set up eligibility profiles to exclude individuals as well. Everybody except for, in this example, nurses, food and manufacturing employees will get this program. And here are some other additional factors up here as well. For example, participation. When are they able to participate? Is it as of the event date? Or you can set a number of different criteria based on your program and plan needs. And when do the previous programs and plans end as well? All right, let's go over to enrollment. So we've talked about who's eligible. Now we're going to talk about when can they enroll in this. So here, we have a number of different criteria that we can set up for this benefits program. Is this an explicit enrollment, or do we make it automatic? So you can actually have, we can have benefits programs roll over year or cycle over cycle automatically, or you can have individuals explicitly enroll each cycle. Any enrollment rules, you can define them right here. For example, if you want them to choose brand new benefits, you can put in an enrollment rule for each cycle. What about coverage start and rate starts? So you can define when your coverage actually begins. Is it the day that they enroll? Is it January 1st of the following year? Is it 3 months? You choose. You have a number of flexible items to manage this, both for your coverage and also for the rate. And again, if you don't have, if you can't use one of the standard items that's listed, you always have the ability to create a FAST formula to expand your needs to be able to manage your benefits appropriately. All right, now we're going to look at an example of a benefits plan. And what I want to show you is an example of a benefits plan that is compliant with the Affordable Care Act. HCM Cloud benefits, you are able to completely manage your Affordable Care Act's needs. And I'm going to show you an example of a plan that can be designated as such. And you can see right here, for example, we are in what's called the ACA medical plan. And you can see that you have the ability to designate minimum essential coverage and minimum value for this specific plan. So for those individuals that will be in plans that are compliant with Affordable Care Act, you have the ability to manage that. So we've talked about programs, we've talked about plans, eligibility profiles. Let's go in and take a look at an example of a rate. You have the ability to manage standard rates, variable rates, as well as coverages. So let's just take a look at an example of a rate. Actually, a number of different rates. So you can see you can have a lot of different types of rates with their options listed. This happens to be a listing for many different types of rates involving a medical PPO. And from here, let me just go into this PPO employee +1. And you can see right here, you have the ability to define your calculated method, the value of this rate, and also one thing I wanted to mention is HCM Cloud Benefits is completely integrated with Cloud Payroll. So you can see right here, you have the ability to designate when these rates are passed over to payroll so the deductions can be taken during your payroll cycle.
So customers also ask about the ability for retirees to be covered in the benefit plans. Can we also help them with that?
Absolutely. Organizations are able to cover their retirees on HCM Cloud Benefits by providing them access to open enrollment. You can create specific retiree plans through eligibility. You can maintain your retiree records within HCM Cloud, and using eligibility profiles, identify those retirees and assign them to those specific retiree programs and plans. And then through role-based security, allow them to have access into open enrollment at those cycles that you need. So in conclusion, you can see that HCM Cloud Benefits is an extremely robust and flexible solution to be able to meet all of your agency's benefits needs.